Chapter 29. I hope everybody's well. Here we go. Well, thank God for that. Mum says at breakfast she managed to get the gas cooker working, so we are eating fried stale bread smeared with bally maloo relish and drinking tea made with water boiled on the stove. Apparently the cold snap finally broke overnight. That's the snowstorm. The power should be back on at any point this afternoon. When? Joe asked irritably. I have an essay to do and nothing to write in it. I'm sure they'll extend your deadline, give the apocalyptic weather. Well, if this is the apocalypse, Dad says, heading outside with a shovel, at least we know the scale of it. I can barely eat my fried bread. I did this. I melted. She's thinking again, I think, in herself. I melted the snow. I ended the cold snap. I invented the spell, and it worked. Flexing my hand, I see the snow isn't the only thing that has changed. The gash on my hand has papered over with a fine scar tissue. The skin is scaring that usually takes at least a week to form. Maybe I'm capable of summoning demons, but maybe all this crazy housekeeper energy that lives inside me could do good as well as bad. See, she's changing. Maybe the same power that pushes Lily away from being part of the solution to bring her back. So in other words, she's thinking, perhaps I can reverse the negative housekeeper into a positive housekeeper and bring Lily back. I've been so angry with myself for being angry, for flying into sudden rages, for throwing the shoe in the class, for having so much frustration living deep within my skin that I would occasionally just spark out in moments of white-hot fury. But what if I could take it all? If I could take all of that and redirect it into something else, into magic. I pick up the phone every few minutes searching for a dial tone. The O'Callaghan's landline is pretty much the only one I know aside from my own. That is Rue's number. I need to talk to Rue. He needs to know about the spell, about what I can do. I hop from one foot to another in frustration. Dad says drivers have to be even more careful now that the snow is melting. He doesn't want me leaving the house, despite my desperation to find Rue and Fiona. We could devise a spell, get Lily back. Now I know how. It would be easy. You'll slip and break your back, Maeve, he says, eyebrows furrowed, hand protectively around the dog. Make yourself useful, Maeve. Mum urges. We need to do a big clean out in the study. Throw out all the crappy books. They are no crap books, Dad interjects. We have 2 copies of the same Jeffrey Archer book. Well, frankly, I'm offended. We have 1. There's nothing better to do, and it's still too cold to sit still, so I agree. The study is a tiny room at the back of the house, with floor-to-ceiling shelves, and is far enough away from the TV and the kitchen so that you have no excuse not to study in here. I still remember Joanna, the year she did her leaving certificate, hold it up in here and breaking out in tiny skin rashes all over her body from the stress of it all. Poor Jo, I think suddenly filled with empathy for her. She's only ever doing her best. I remember myself to apologize to her for yesterday. Maybe I think excitedly I can even come up with a spell that will help her chill out a bit. I get to work clearing out the books. Most of them really are a bit crap, even though I can tell. They are mostly unofficial biographies of sports stars and ex-presidents, the kind of thing my brothers would have bought my dad for Christmas. I fish out my Walkman from the chukki and slot it on to my waistband, weeding away at the books contentedly. Everything is going fine until a rough copy of the second half by Roy Keane catches on my headphones, and the Walkman free, smashing it on the ground. I scream in surprise, grabbling at the tape player to see if it's completely ruined. I could easily find another one on eBay, but it makes me realize how attached I am to it now. I analyze the pieces, trying to calm down from the sudden shock. It's just a plastic bit at the front. The bit that keeps the cassette in that has snapped off. It can be superglued back on. Easy, I practically wheeze in relief. I gather the tape and the shattered pieces in my hands, trying to keep everything together while I find the superglue. It's only then when I see it. The tape, or the sticker on it. There's on the curling yellow rectangle of sticky paper is the thing that has been staring me in the face this entire time. Spring 1990, the year the cat ran away. Mum had said something about 1990. In fact, she brought it up a lot. It's family law that she has a rubbish pregnancy with Gilliam, that she was on bed rest, and that Abby couldn't go play in the snow because Mum was too ill to take her. She couldn't even look at the cats without bringing up Kylie, who ran around in the middle of a blizzard. A cat that runs. Sorry about the noise. In the blizzard, I never questioned the logic until now. Could this be the first time that the housekeeper has arrived in Kilbag? Has she been dormant for 30 years, waiting for a new prey to seize on? The power comes back on in the evening and Dad cooks everything that was defrosted by the freezer. Melting this is how we end up having chicken, sausages, black pudding and lamb chops for dinner. Even Tutu the dog is bored of meat by the time we are done. I apologize to Jo about snapping. She gruffly accepts and then goes to write her essay on her now chargeable laptop. I plug in my own phone and look at the notifications I missed. There are 4 from Fiona and none from Rue. 13:02. Is your power still out? Everyone over at my house. My titas are literally, those are our aunties, setting up an Indian fire bowl outside to cook lunch. Come, kiss, kiss, kiss. 14:21. Okay, my phone is about to die, but come over. Should I invite Rue? 14:32. Wow, 1% lasts a long time. Anyway, it has just occurred to me that your battery is probably gone and maybe you haven't seen this. Text me when you are back. Rue on his way over. Snow barbecue. Kiss, kiss, kiss. This is Fiona sending messages back. 1912. Hey, Rue's just arrived. Do you want to talk? My stomach crunches. That's Maeve, with anxiety. Rue and Fiona spent the afternoon together. I remember the first night Fee and I spent in her house with stolen bottle of wine, sitting on her bed making fake Facebook profiles. I breathe and try to remember my breakfast apathy. If I can cause so many sparks with anger and hatred, I can cause equal amount being kind and empathic. I close my eyes and think of the honey for friendship, the white candle for protection, the rosemary for female energy, and banishing bad karma. Fiona invited her friends to a party. That is all that has happened. I stare at the 1912 one again. Rue has obliviously told Fee exactly what happened yesterday with the tarot reading. The secret Santa, the truth about what happened at the reading. I think of the rosemary again. You can't do anything about what you say during the tarot reading. And as for the secret Santa thing, that was a year ago. If Rue wants to stop talking to you over something you did a year ago, well, there's nothing we can do about that. Here's what I can do though. I can make a spell to bring back Lily. And that's the end of chapter 29. We've only got 15 more chapters. Short, long and in between. I hope to see you in the next chapter. Have a lovely day.